Hello, welcome to Radio Free Gastonia, the internet's number one source for barely credible, just barely good enough emergency historical content. I'm Alex, um, and I'm coming to you today from Atlanta. I went to see the film Babygirl, directed by Helena Wren, today, with a few friends of mine, and it's not a movie that I was especially motivated to see, but I know my friends wanted to see it, so I went for it. Um, I'm not into all the sexual stuff really, but and also like dom sub type of relationships, S&M stuff is nothing wrong with it. Just not super interesting, not appealing to me per se. But this is a film with Nicole Kidman and I think what's this guy's name? Harris Dickinson, I think. Um, let's see. Yeah. He was actually in this TV series that I really liked called Murder at the End of the World. He's an odd looking man, but he has charisma and he's sexy, and that certainly comes across in this. Basically, Babygirl is a film about like a very high powered, she's kind of like a CEO of an Amazon like company, something with automation and shipping and warehouses and stuff. And she basically gets domed by this intern. That's the whole movie. And I thought it was very funny. I mean, I'm always the only person laughing in the theater a lot of the time. Certainly in this case, no one else was laughing. Well, actually, one other couple was laughing, but I was watching an interview with the director Ren, and she said it's supposed to be a comedy of manners, and I think she's right. It's sold as an erotic thriller, but it's funny as hell. And I mean, I wasn't a huge fan, but the resolution leaves something to be desired. But it is pretty sexy, and like Demi Moore, Nicole Kidman has had another big bite at the apple here. I think probably more significant for more because she hasn't really been in anything for a long time. But still, it's I like seeing older women, be able to be on the screen and not get sort of sent to a farm upstate after they turn 35. So, it's an interesting film. I was thinking about it though because I also rewatched one of my favorite films, 1995's Safe. Just where I got my middle name. Todd Haynes' 1995 film Safe that had the sort of brilliant star turn by Julianne Moore. Both of these films are about affluent white women. Um, the character in Babygirl is like a high-powered CEO, so she's more than affluent. She's also married to Antonio Banderas, which is like, he's playing a theater director. He's her husband. He obviously probably doesn't make much money, but compared to her, but it's like, are you really sexually frustrated? You're married to Antonio Banderas, but maybe if it's Benicio del Toro, it'd be different. In Safe, Julianne Moore is playing the sort of cosseted, privileged San Fernando Valley milky white housewife of some asshole who does something corporate or legal or something, just such that they have a big nice house and cars and furniture and a maid, and but she becomes she is dissatisfied, but it's not at all in a sexual way exactly, not like in Baby Girl. She has mechanical lifeless sex with her sort of lipless reptilian Anglo husband. At the very beginning of the film, you just see her just sort of like staring off into space while he humps her. And this guy's got no riz whatsoever, and he has no idea what's going on with her. Moore's character starts to Carol, which interesting foreshadowing of Haynes' other great film, Carol. But Carol becomes, increasingly ill, and there's no explanation. She starts having sort of seizures and coughing fits, and there's lots of scenes with like white male authority figures, especially doctors, um, sitting across like huge desks at huge distances, saying, "Well, Miss White, there's nothing wrong with you. Um, what's what's your deal? Like, why do you keep complaining?" Um, in the entire film, in Safe, um, she's always distant from everyone, even her best friend, her husband, the doctors. She's always far away, and she never seems to have any real connection with anyone until she ends up going to some sort of new age, wellness retreat place, where she basically, spoiler alert, ends up in an igloo. Um, but like, it reminds me a lot of the great film All the President's Men from, I think, 1975 or 1976, where you see Dustin Hoffman or Robert Redford in these big faraway shots of these, like the FBI building or the Treasury building or these huge buildings and these little tiny people. It's meant to convey that like you're a tiny person against these big institutions, these big systems, and you see that a lot in Safe. Julianne Moore's character Carol is always so far away from everybody else. She's lost, and she's beginning to feel like a ghost. She's feeling like a cipher, just like nothing there, because she has no interactions with anybody. She has no real friends. She has no real love or partnership. I mean, she's a stepmom to her husband's horrible child, Rory, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, I'm hoping there's a way that I could connect, maybe Babygirl and Safe, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. Um, I am working on this book right now that, is I've put out a proposal for it, and you see how that all comes together. But it's all about film, and it's a lot of stuff that I've written over the last 15 years. Um, it's nominally about like film in the 21st century, so I guess Safe might not really fit with that. But the overarching theme of the whole project is, the themes of despair and dystopia and sort of apocalypse in like contemporary pop culture, which are so pervasive. Um, and so maybe Safe would fit with that. I think especially with the pandemic, Safe has become even more salient because there's something that's making us sick and we don't know exactly what it is. And people have become more aware of like autoimmune disorders, and um, aware that just because you can't put it under a microscope or under a lens, and find the microbes or the sort of etiology of an illness doesn't mean that it's not real. So anyway, I'm trying to think about, I don't know, Babygirl and Safe are very different movies, but I think there might be something there. So I'm thinking about it. I'm hoping I've been writing. I've been writing more lately, and I wrote some stuff about The Brutalist, which I think will hopefully be published soon. And I'm trying to write for this, write more stuff for this film magazine in the UK, that I've written for a few times. So um, I'm thinking about it. Anyway, those are just some thoughts. It's all love. All right, bye.